Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? Anyway, pull up a Bitcoin chart this morning. Infinity, Goose, Michael, Everett, Arturo, Larry, John, Sergio, JB, Dex, Dave, Leah, Merle, Jorge, Gary, Ray, Maurizio, Nikki, Terrence, Ben. Good morning, everybody. Cliff, Ted, Alan, Francois, Rongamer, my man. Good to see everybody. Craig, everybody. Bitcoin, holy moly. I'll tell you what. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Right here. Look at this. Futures up 3 grand. Holy beep. That's 8% on the futures. Hello. Big pop. I am expecting resistance around this 42 to 45 area. Yeah, holy moly's right. You know what this is going to do? The miners. I mean, look at it. Look. Look. MSTR up 7% already. Riot. I mean, oh yeah, baby. This is the stuff I love. Look at that, 10% already. This is up 9, almost 10% Friday, up 10% again. Hello, FOMO. That's what we're talking about. FOMO. I thought FOMO would kick in above 40,000 on Bitcoin, and guess what's happening? So this is pretty exciting. Hey Penny, hey Ben, Kimberly, my lovely wife. Yeah, we starting. I guess they got there at 7 this morning. Roofers, we're getting a new roof today. So, well, they're taking the old roof off today. I don't know. We may not get a new roof till tomorrow. It's sitting in the driveway though. We're getting a metal roof put on to match the garage. So, anyway, we've been preparing for this. Hopefully you've been with me. Hopefully you've been paying attention for a good long while. I've been preparing for this move in crypto for a long time. We don't even have the spot ETFs approved yet. So, yeah, there's no roof on Bitcoin. That's for sure. We could go to 1 million. It could happen, but it's probably not likely to happen until sometime in the 2030s. So, yeah, Kimberly says there's squirrels in the attic. Sound like giant squirrels when I was in there right before I left. Sound like squirrels the size of dump trucks. Anyway, morning everybody. Now, if you want to chat with me, like all these fine folks that are chatting on the live stream, right here, click the button, the logo right down here. Click that button, be a subscriber on the channel. While you're at it, hit the bell with the notifications because I do this every single morning. I go through the market, what's moving, we talk about it. Hey, you should always take profits when you got them. And I'll tell you what I'm doing here in a minute, but yeah, the squirrels. It sounds like squirrels inside. I mean, like literally the whole house is like. I mean, they're up there. I guess there were like 6 guys up there with these like. They're the wickedest looking shovels. I mean, they got these fingers for pulling nails out of the roof, and they were up there like. Sounded like somebody kept falling off the roof. Anyway, yeah. So before we get into actually talking about trades and what I'm doing, what we're going, remember, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything. No cryptos. No crypto-related stocks. No stocks, period. No options, no futures, no Forex, no bonds. Don't buy them, don't sell them. All right. There is substantial risk of loss in trading. And if you desire personal financial advice, that's not me. I'm not giving you advice to do anything. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. And I'm a guy that happens to get things right. You got to hire and consult a financial advisor. When you hire them, they got a fiduciary duty to take care of you based on your financial situation. And you should hire somebody that knows their crap, not just don't hire the guy that's cheap, that just got out of school or just got a certification. I mean, maybe a smart dude. You got to feel them out. All right. You can get, nobody's going to watch out for your money like you do. Number one is Kimberly says, sounds like 42 people are up on that roof. And, yeah, so be careful out there, right? Trading, you can and will lose money. Like even the best traders get them wrong. So on the calendar coming up this week, it's pretty dry. If we actually take a look, take a gander, check it out. Not much happening here today. Got some ISM services PMI tomorrow, some JOLTS job openings. That's after the market opens. Coming up on Wednesday, we have the non-farm employment change. Not really much else. Thursday, unemployment. And then Friday, we get the average hour, like the monthly jobs unemployment rate. Get some consumer sentiment and preliminary inflation expectation. Then rolling into next week is where we get the big event. The big event. We get CPI. We've got PPI. And we have the FOMC meeting, the last one of the year. Now, poor Jerome Powell. I tell you, Friday, that was just ridiculous. I don't know if you listen to what he said. He basically was saying that he's like the end all be all and he has saved the world. I mean, I was like, what the? How conceited are you, my man? That, I think it's very preliminary to be that boastful about yourself because I see some storm clouds. And after we make this higher high in the market, I think we could be in for a decade of hurt. So maybe that spans beyond his tenure, but inflation at the highest rates we've had since the 70s, and I don't think it's going away. And part of this whole reaction in the market may be because of things he said, or maybe it was the catalyst that kind of broke it free. All right, I don't think that it moved on what he said. I mean, I was talking about the fact that I expected this higher high. Right here, we are like 70% likely to go tag that 47.18. I mean, nothing there changed. The pattern is the bounce. It was on the 3-day, not on the, this was a 3-day pattern. We haven't really gotten a pullback, though. That was straight the frick up. This is one of the biggest moves. It is the biggest move in the S&P 500 with VIX at the level it's at. This epic low. That, remember, volatility is both ways. That's volatile. That big up in a month, that was volatility, just not reflected in VIX. Now, there's no other moves on this chart that go that big, that fast without getting any kind of pullback at all. So be very cautious, all right? We're not going to 5,000 without getting some sort of pullback in here. I mean, that's like super low chance of happening. So please be careful. We are prime for an outsized pullback at this point. The market here going to open about 7 minutes. So we're already seeing 32 points on ES right there. I mean, be careful. Be careful. And that taking back the whole day on Friday already. Looks like we may go for that shoulder. This may be it. That may have been the last move. NASDAQ already trying to push below the lows. All the things JT said. NASDAQ didn't even try on Friday. Didn't even try. So it was all in the S&P. Saw a lot of stuff ramping. Russell. I mean, look at that. That was the big winner right there, but that can take that right back. I mean, that tagged the 1272 makes me really nervous. Makes me really nervous. Now, that is a bullish indication, and we may just retrace back into this zone, but this makes me very nervous right here. That can be the point where that was an ABC right up to the exhaustion point. We do see that, excuse me, we do see that C leg tag that 1272 quite often before it breaks down and goes continuation in the trend. And when we see this, we're correcting back down to the roadmap line, You used to have to flip the whole chart. So if we did this, watch this magic. Now we corrected right down to the 1272. That's a roadmap line bounce. Continuation would be a break back above that high. Now, where does that take us? Right? You're like, well, there's no numbers on your chart now, JT. Yeah. I just flipped it for the sake of being able to talk about it. But the continuation at this point would be down here, lowers the target just a little bit. So 1570, possibly down to that level right there around 1490. Ouch. So we're still looking for a break down below that. All I did was flip the chart. So if we get below this level, watch out below. That could be it. Plenty of times we've seen it being it. So as I talked about Friday, there are some issues in banking. Some losses that are going to creep up and be problems. Now, oil, right back down to the bottom, riding the trend line from the top. This can be explosive to the top, but it also can result in that breakdown to this zone. I suggested if we couldn't break above the roadmap line, we may, in fact, come down to this zone right there, right at the 1618. Now, if we break down below that, we could be heading down to 54. Do I think it's going there? Not right now. It's possible that that level is on the chart. But I'm still holding on. Like, this is kind of my line in the sand right down there. Getting below 69, then I'm going to question whether I should close out and reattack it later. So for all those asking, it's not about prices on UCO. It's all about prices on oil. And that's what I'm watching right there. Probably should clean this thing up eventually. Lots of stuff on the chart. Save it. GC, look at that. Monster move. That pretty much was it. That was it for this move. Look, it did it. Unfortunately, it did it while the market was closed. That was the target. That hit. Now we're due for a retrace, unfortunately. So that sucks, but that's the way it works. It's probably going to come back down here now. It hit the target. Bounced off. This is why trading GLD is more difficult than trading the spot market. Of course, the spot markets, I mean, you would have had to get out. See what time that hit. It's like hit right at the reopen. So you would have been ready at 6:30 last night to get out with the futures when it tagged. Now I've been retracing the entire time. So what do we expect now? A retrace. That was it. I mean, that was right to the 1272. We could hold this breakout, but if we get below it at all, coming back down here once again. I mean, that was it. It tagged the 2156 area. I mean, 2150. That I've been talking about for, gosh, how long have I been talking about that? Since June? Tagged it. I mean, right there it is. So this is why trading gold is sometimes difficult. Oh, look at that. All those alerts firing off. Coin probably going to rocket right up. Bitcoin. Resistance at 42 to 45. Not really expecting much break over 46. We could I think we're going to retrace before we break over the 46. Ethereum. Look at that, baby. Tagging right up in that zone. Getting right up. I don't think I filled at 23. This is the futures. Dang, everything's firing off. Book profits on spot. See, I put alerts, book profit. Right there. In the target. Frick yeah. I'm gonna have to get off of here and make a trade. I don't have that set to auto close. I made a bunch of money on that. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. I can get in my mobile. If you're a long spot, now's the time to close it. Let's see. Spot. Prices haven't even updated yet. Yeah. So I don't know what percent I'm up. I'm up over $5,000. That's pretty sweet. Looks like it's gonna run on up. Holy crap! Holy moly! We may hit the 200 price. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah. So that's awesome. Coin. Not participating as much. Bigger target up there, around 165. Let's talk about the dollar briefly. Looks like it's going to rally right back up to the roadmap line. Goose was pointing this out to me late last night. Yen, USD divided by yen, dropping back down, coming down to the roadmap line. We're seeing a lot of rotation of money moving around. MSTR popping, but pulling back a little bit. That one almost tagging the target on the non-log scale. When we put it in log scale, we still got some run to go on MSTR. It is in that resistance zone that I thought we'd have a little trouble clearing. Where this consolidation happened, it was a bottom right here. Consolidation here, and some gaps in here. And look how that was bottom, support, resistance. So I thought we might have a little trouble getting through that, and that's what it looks like. Getting a little pullback off of that today. That position probably crazy profitable. Riot, nice little pop. If it can close green, that's a confirmation for continuation. If we slam back down, fill the gap, it's not as good. Not nearly as good. We want to stay above this level over here. I want to stay above that to get continuation higher. Mora, same kind of situation, a little different. Oh yeah, we want to stay above this box. If we drop back below that box, that's no bueno. And want to stay above this, and then we're looking for much higher targets here on Mora. BTBT look pretty sweet. SYM didn't make the list this morning. BTBT, we need that to pop on up above. And this was not quite participating as much yet. Hadn't got it spicy. Caliente. We need that to pop on up above that 350 area. 380, 350, 380, right in this zone. Need to get above that, then above that consolidation there could take us way on up, potentially in the 30s. Yeah, that'd be crazy. It would be a crazy move. EYPT. That's a crazy pop. Let's see, run the fib. Right to the 1618. Don't expect much more. That may retrace off of there. We could climb the fib ladder, 27, 31, 40, 46, but not sure what kind of drug some kind of drug news. Yeah. Positive data from the trial. We'll see. Macular degeneration. That's why I say don't trade these, though. They can just, drug news just pops them. That's one that does react to biotech pharma. That's one that does react to news of FDA approvals, denials, drug trials, all that junk. And they just throw them out of the, unless you know somebody, they can just surprise you. So coin, kind of expecting that one to retrace after hitting this zone. Spot, of course, tagging those targets. I'm going to have to go close that. SAIC, funny enough, my engineering company is a spinoff. My family engineering company is a spinoff from SAIC. From back in like 1983. My dad took part of their business and started our business. That tagged the 1272. And now I'm kind of expect either a retrace to here or back to the roadmap line. HA. This is Hawaiian Airlines. Alaskan Airlines going to buy them out. That's a buyout jump. Pretty sure. And Alaskan Air acquire Hawaiian Air for $1.9 billion. Pretty sweet. No way to predict that. That was going into the garbage. And mergers and acquisitions. FSLR. I mean, if you were in the know and you knew they were negotiating, but FSLR coming up to the roadmap line. This is the test right here. If we can get above, we could go higher, but watch out. That can break down and drop also. But look at this interesting little tidbit right here. Look. We do that. We have a potential head and shoulders cooking in here. Just set me an alert right up here. That has potential. That'd be a potential nice play right there from 175 up to about 200. PODD. Just up to the roadmap line that can turn down. CONL, it's going to be coin, leveraged ETF. Be careful on leverage. But that's what leverage gets you. Powell, higher high. ATEH. Garbage. Don't trade this stuff. Biopharma. MedTech. BITX. There's a 2x Bitcoin. Look at that one popping. Pretty sweet there. Let's see. BITQ. Nice pop there. That's a potential to go much higher, actually. I think some $12, $14 target on BITQ. See, BIT. What was the other one I was going to look up? BITO, of course, popping. Finally hitting that $20 target I've been talking about since, I think, almost for a year or over a year now. I think I've been talking about that $20 target since August of last year. So we finally got there. Now, it does have much loftier targets that we can go to, but we got to 20. So we'll see where we get now. BLDR. There we go. If we can get above that prior high, 171, 188. ENPH may come back up to the roadmap line at some point right over in here. We got that gap to fill. Got that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to work through to go higher. This is still bearish, tilted bearish quite a bit. SSNT. No idea. Let's see. Brad Jacobs to lead equity investment of $1 billion. I don't even know what they do. Well, good for them. That looks like a pretty horrible chart, though. Right up to the 618 level. Watch out for coming right back down. JBL. Right down to the roadmap line. Bounce right here. That's nice, very nice 3-wave proportion. Right down to the roadmap line. We break above this consolidation right here. Likely to go up 148, 158. Carvana. Lots of stuff on the movers list this morning. Carvana, that's very nice. Let's clear this off. This was on the roadmap list for the week. We break above that 618 level. Game on 65, 76-ish. Maybe the high was over here. Yeah, 65, 76. Roughly those prices. Remember, it's not exact perfect hit every time. That one keeps climbing like a beast. If that repeats this correction back here, if it's an echo, we're probably going up to this zone up here around 65, and we're really close now at 60. So watch out for it to exhaust up in that zone. We may get a retrace on Uber. CCJ, that looks like it's going to get exhausted here. I mean, it's one heck of a run. Be careful. Book profits if you got them. Protect profits. Lulu, wow, look at that pop. Looks like it's going back for the prior high. Let's just clear this stuff off. Look at it from a higher standpoint. Look, it was a market roadmap bounce on the weekly. Nice 3-wave. 1, 2, 3. Right down in there. Likely to go to 545, possibly 623. Me and Lulu don't get along, so not really playing that one. NVIDIA. Jump back to the daily. Jump down. Zoom it up. Be careful on this one. We can drop right back down to the roadmap line. We're getting in the zone. It's the danger zone here. If we don't hold that retest of that downtrend line, we could break down to the roadmap line. We don't hold that prior low. Watch out below, baby. We can go down to 300. Don't say I didn't warn you. ALK, there's Alaskan Airlines. For all the pop that Hawaiian Airlines has, that one getting slammed. FNGU. Looks like that back to that zone if we can hold there and turn higher, but we may come back to the roadmap line. That looks like the not good for continuation kind of move. We may come right back down in here, retest that breakout before we can go higher on FNGU. Meta. Ooh, Magnificent 7. That's a not good breakdown right there. That can lead to, if we close down in here, watch out. If we don't just reverse this in the next day or so, probably come back to the roadmap line. CRM. Nice pop. Right up to targets. 1618 is right there at 265. Don't expect much more than that for now before we get a retrace. You hear me saying the same things over and over. There's a crazy 2-candle chart. Can't do anything with that for what I do. VVOS. If this is a brand new IPO, highly likely to go lower than the IPO price. And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but eventually likely to come down here below whatever the IPO price was. And VVOS coming back down. Biotech, pharma. Be careful out there, all right? 140 people on the stream. Please give me a thumbs up if I've said anything you found beneficial. You're happy with any prediction I made. S&P 500. What do I expect? Well, I do kind of expect on the actual candle chart here that we get a higher high than we had right over here. We're so close. I kind of expect that maybe we go pop it before we drop it. Now has been an epic rally off of this low. So far, 12%, bottom and top. If you think we're just going to keep on trucking without ever retracing, I got news for you. We're highly likely to get some sort of retrace. The market does not just move in one direction, one straight line for very long without getting a retrace. This was an epic move right here, historical, in fact. The VIX level, epically low, and we're actually getting a little VIX pop today. So watch out. Like VIX may pop up into this $17 to $20 area. Seen it before. We can see it again. S5FI ending the day on Friday well above 80. That's like the countdown is on to the retrace. We don't typically hang out here longer than about 15 trading days. We could sit up here through the FOMC meeting next week. It's entirely possible. We just kind of churn, grind, and sit here. But eventually, history says, the pattern of the market says, we're going back near the 20, where 20 stocks, 20% of stocks, S&P 500 stocks are above their 50-day moving average. So that's what S5FI is. We're sitting at 85. The market doesn't tend to stay at extremes. We tend to go to extremes, but we don't tend to stay there. So please, please, please be cautious out there. The money that you make, the person that cares about it the most is you, all right? The account you save may be your own by being judicious and careful and cautious. And be careful, be careful, be careful. Spot hitting targets, all right? Book your profits. Bitcoin just getting started. Me, for Mara, I'm not closing jack. My long-term position is out 2025, 2026, maybe 2030s. We'll see. We're likely to experience a crypto winter, the next crypto winter in 2025, 2026. So for me, I'm staying long out through at least 2025, 2026. We'll probably get a crypto winter, another one of those 70% pullback things. We got to really kind of zoom this baby out and see what I'm talking about here. For Mara, Mara's my big way to play this. Like I feel like this has the opportunity to outperform. I know lots of gobbledygook. Let's actually switch to a clean chart. Let's just clean it up here real quick. So here, look on the weekly chart. Pop it right to 137 potentially. That could be out here in 2026. Like this. Then we could experience another outsized pullback. All right. That could be the next crypto winner. And then we go on the even bigger move. Yeah, look at those prices. Crazy stuff. All right. I may close it out and wait and buy back in. We'll see what happens. All right. That's a while from now. I got time to think about it. So just want to throw that out there as a potential. Bitcoin, same situation. We're probably going to experience some sort of pullback after we get to the high. But the high usually is 10 to 20x this level right here. So we were at 15. The halving rally, the halving doesn't even happen until April out here, roughly April 20th, 1920. What are you talking about? Right here. Bitcoin halving, 136 days. That's where the mining reward for Bitcoin gets cut in half. Supply immediately. Supply hitting the market immediately gets cut in half. So somewhere right around this zone, likely to get the halving. Now, halving events usually result in outsized move up. We can see this outsized move up. So yeah, 300, 150,000 to 300,000. That's kind of my target zone. Right up there. You'd be like, JT, that sounds like ridiculous. Well, that's where I think we're going. It doesn't mean we won't pull back into the halving after the spot ETFs get announced, but likely to head up into this zone, somewhere between 150 to 300,000 on the next top, and then we get the crypto winter right out here. Come back to about 60,000. Probably come back to that 60,000. And then whatever the low is here, we do the 10 to 20x on the next run, so 600,000. Possibly 1.2 million. That 2028 will be the next halving. Somewhere right around here, probably. Then the next crypto winter probably happen around 2030. Probably come back down to 150,000-ish. So there you go. There's your long-term Bitcoin outlook. Have a great day, everybody. I'll be in Discord if you want to come join me. The link is in the description. All you got to do, come join me. I mean, it's like $5. No big deal. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you.